Hi, this is Noma Dimitri, and I want to explore with you today the prototype or the archetype for Luke Skywalker. Is it this one, for example? Why I'm asking this? In this particular month where Star Wars is opening all over the world and people are so focused on what's going to happen next, the Louvre Museum in Paris, France, has launched an exhibition in which they're debating, using their wonderful treasures of the Louvre archives and galleries and collections, the archetypes that Star Wars rides on. What does that mean? In Luke Skywalker, for example, we have the perennial young man. He's inexperienced, he's innocent, he's just emerging from adolescence, and he is thrown into something that is way too powerful for him. And he's gonna do his best to solve the problem. And that's an archetype, and it exists in antiquity, and that's what from antiquity we always have these particular archetypes: the innocent young man, the adolescent, the rite of passage, the thing that's going to make this young boy into a young man and an adult. The thing that's going to make that happen, of course, is another archetype, and it's not only the adventure, it's Princess Leia, or whatever princess there is, the princess in distress, Clark Kent, Lois Lane, all that stuff, but also all the way to the background. And if you look around, like with me over there, the figure with the long skirts, there is possibly another archetype for Princess Leia. But the type that we're most interested in, and the type that is most celebrated by the Louvre, as by the film, is really Darth Vader. The bad guy, the evil genius, the danger. Luke, or this young boy here, is kind of cute and interesting, and kind of, we vie for him, we want him to make it, but we don't really give a shit, we don't really care so much about what's going on in his head. We want him to get the girl, solve the problem, humiliate the bad forces, and create a happy life for all the interplanetary galactic creatures. But he's not really that interesting, and George Lucas knows that. And all the people that make bad guys know that in fact we're really mostly interested on the bad guy. And I won't even talk about Princess Leia, who's completely boring. I mean, she has nothing to say. In one of the Star Wars, they put her on a golden bikini, which is sexist, I guess, or whatever the hell it is, whatever the word is that we use to these kind of things. So Darth Vader is the interesting person, and the bad guy is the interesting person. And this was also known, of course, to the ancients that created these archetypes, and they created lots of bad guys. And more interestingly, encore, sorry, I'm mixing my French and my English, more interesting than just the bad guys is the notion that there is not a clean line between the bad guy and the good guy. With Vader, George Lucas is playing on the theme of the fallen angel, which is a very big theme from any kind of antiquity, any kind of religious Christianity, any kind of religion has the whole theme of the fallen angel. The fallen angel simply means that we had a good guy once, and then he did a bad thing, and then he became a bad guy. But inside the bad guy, perhaps underneath the mask, there is still a good guy to be found. And that is far more interesting to us, to find the good in the bad, than good old, there he is, good old Luke Skywalker. Let's go back to him for a second. Good old Skywalker, who we're sure is forever going to be a nice, smiley, reliable, goofy, a little foolish young guy. I chose this particular statue to talk about all this to you because it's the statue of a young seller of masks. What he's holding right here is a mask, and the theme is that it's a young boy that goes around selling masks, and on his feet we see a bunch of other masks that he sells. And I like this idea particularly because we're always, especially in spectacle, putting on and taking off different masks. And that's also the attraction of Darth Vader. He has a mask on, and we don't know what's behind it. Noma Dimitri from Paris.